or intimidate people when I go into different interviews or different scenarios. And so we're literally taught how to condition ourselves, condition our speech, everything in order to go and beg these people for a job, because we know when we walk in the door, I have to tear down 10 stereotypes before I get past hello. So we need to eliminate that. You know, and we need to eliminate that, and the way that we do that is employing ourselves and employing our brothers and sisters. And so that's our mission, is group economics, uplift ourselves, because I can't empower anyone until I empower myself, and change from just being willing because it's in my heart and my passion to see my people succeed and see us do better and change the social order, because I know that we are not supposed to be on bottom. I understand who I was. I know I didn't fall out of the sky and land on a plantation. So when you have knowledge of self and you know who you are and what you come from, it's frustrating more than anything to see us in this position.
Tune into the Artist Exchange every Friday 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. every Saturday 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. live BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange Live.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange.
Starts now.
Hey, what's going on? I'm your host, King HullyWood. We also have in here our other host, Nate. He's also behind the window. I want to say happy Cinco de Mayo. And we just have a few things. Well, I have quite a few things to talk about today. For one, first, let me talk about the topic of the day. It's called Building a Healthy Relationship with Yourself. So, but before I just get on building a happy relationship with yourself, it's like this week I've encountered so much. Like, I feel as though like I overbooked myself with just a lot as far as film work, acting, stage productions, music, and just doing like photography and everything. But in the end, I realized that through it all, you know, I still held strong and I held through it. And it's like that grind, you know, it's like when you're in that grind mode, you just don't want to stop. You just want to just keep going and keep going and keep going. Like it's just like food that's just, it's just like food that's just, delicious. But, I was facing like quite a few situations this week, and you know, as far as like I'm always motivated, but it feels as though like I was just seeing so many people like quitting and just stopping, and I'm like, come on, bruh. Like, you know, you gone too far. You know, you doing like you invested too much of yourself into this just to quit. And, you know, some people was just like, I can't, man, and I can't. And, you know, some of them eventually just stopped. But, you know, I was just like why put your all into something, you know, when you're going to quit for real? And I'm realizing I'm always going to put my all, and I'm never going to quit just because we have a minor setbacks or just a few failures. You know, that's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not the end of the world. You know, you just actually use that as a stepping stone and actually use it to just push yourself further. Like where you failed at, I'm looking at it as like, all right, I did this wrong, but let me go ahead and work on that. Or I did this I did this like not the right way or something like that, and actually, you know, let me go ahead and work on this. So, you know, it's pretty much like building yourself. And I'm saying like we all going to be faced with obstacles no matter what, and like in life. So the best thing to do is just when they're at the forefront, you know, this is a test for you. And I'm looking at everything like that pretty much like it's a test for me, because like if it's there, I know God won't put no more on me than what he can bear. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what? If I know he's doing this, I know I can withstand it. Now it's just how I'm going to go about taking this test, or which way am I going to go about, like, should I do this? Let me sit and pray about it first, and then make my moves. Let God order my steps. So I'll just be thinking about stuff like a lot. And I was downtown this week, right, Nate? So like it was surprising. I was downtown taking some photos and whatnot, and just shooting some things that was intriguing to my eye. So I actually saw this group of kids. They got out this vehicle and they set up their speakers and whatnot, and then they brought out these snare drums. And next thing you know, they just started playing, and they was really jamming. I'm like, okay. They had the music playing. I'm like, yo, this is what I like seeing. This is better than seeing somebody on the corner of a block, selling drugs, or somebody out there trying to steal somebody's purse or causing havoc. But yet they actually out here doing something positive. So it lets me know, there's still hope for the youth. We just, like, everybody, some people give up on the youth, but I believe that it just need guidance, And that's how I was just excited about seeing that, and it was pretty good darn feeling. And
so today's topic, it was kind of a precursor to what I want to get into this month, and it's more about just getting in the feeling for actually praying or meditating or saging or what do they call it, smudging, whatever you do to get to your balanced self. Do it now. Do it in groups. Do it by yourself. Do it on the phone, do it in the car, like whatever moment you have. So the first show of this month, is it the first show of this month?
Yes, I think it is. This is the first Friday. Cinco de Mayo.
So today we're gonna deal with self. What are those things that we need to do to get to ourselves? So normally throughout the week, I post in the page or in the Artist Exchange group or on my personal page, topics, and two of the topics that I posted today, one little to do with self, but it starts with self. But what do you love? Can you hear me?
A little bit, but not really.
What do you love? What are those things that you love? What are those things that make you happy? How do you get to your better self? So that's the question that I'm going to throw out. So give us a call, 410-702-5657, or you can text us at 443-642-9403. And just talk about some of those things. So today's topic, like Damonn said, was building a better relationship with yourself. Because what is happening is we don't, know ourselves good enough. We don't respect ourselves on the other hand. And we're doing things that show outwardly our expression of how we feel about ourselves. So it's a lot of negative energy going around. And I want to be a person that can help that. So we'll discuss that more in depth throughout the end of the show. Today's two artists that we're going to play on our second segment will be J Real Positive Brother that we had on last Saturday from PG, and Miss Jazzo, Time Flies, a local artist doing her thing. So stay tuned for segment 2. It's our spotlight on music artists. So send in your music, MP3 formatted only, to beexposedradio.com, or you can send them directly to our radio show email at theartistexchangeradioshow@gmail.com. Make sure they're MP3 formatted and radio edited. We're willing to listen to anything. And if your music gets played, we'll always send you a message so you'll get the link. But also, we need your help. Help us support the Artist Exchange and our mission to use the arts to inspire the world, to change the world, to do our best.
Right.
We're not just about promoting what we do and selling tickets, but we actually are in the business of helping other people do better or get better.
And grow.
So definitely share it out. If you're listening to us via Facebook Live or YouTube Live, definitely share it out. Tell a friend, tell your uncle, tell your cousin Rufus, all of them. Like, definitely share it out. Until, I want to say 8:30, 9 o'clock today, we'll have Thick Kells from Thick Diamond Divas. She's continuing her prom dress drive, where she's giving dresses away to young, deserving young ladies. Wherever you are, if you can get here to the station, you can get a dress. You can get fitted for a dress. We have plenty of dresses that will fit all of your prom needs. She also has shoes and some other things that she's going to help you with. So definitely get on down here, 110 East Lexington Street, Suite 200. Definitely give us a call if you get here. You can let you on up. And again, that's Thick Diamond Divas. Look them up, check them out, support them, because we're all about supporting businesses. Also, this is Small Business Week. So what are the businesses that you support? We'll give you an opportunity to call into the station at 410-702 and shout out those independent businesses that you support. So shout them out. We give you a quick second. We ain't doing no 30 seconds commercials or anything. Shout them out, say their name, their website, or where they're located, and then we'll help you continue to share your small businesses. And then we can talk about some packages that we have here to help you further promote your businesses with commercials, so on and so forth. So we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BigExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
In the forest, can you see this? And this. And this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
I didn't know it could do that!
Because one trip to the forest can spark a world of difference.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, canoeing, fishing, or camping. Or create your own adventure with family and friends, and you might just see this. Your moment's out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
What are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
Well, what are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. Don't you remember me? Don't you know that we miss you?
Miss me? Who misses me?
You know, all your friends in the forest. The trees, the pond, that little fort that you made out of branches. We all miss you.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
Oh, I guess that makes sense.
This forest is not that far away. Have an adventure today. I'm sure your mom would take you.
You're right. I should get out. I want to have fun. Play in puddles, catch frogs, and climb trees. Hey, Mom!
Yeah, hon? Steven, what is that in your hand?
It's my sense of adventure, Mom. It's telling me we need to get out of the house and have some fun in nature today.
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the US
He was chilling. He was doing his thing. Y'all, you feel me? Love y'all family. You know what I'm saying? And like, for him to be taken away from you, snatched away from you just like that. You feel me? It's like damn. Another good one gone. You know what I'm saying? Like, why you taking the good? You know what I'm saying?
You always end up asking like, why?
And like again, it's a lesson that it's a test of faith. You feel me? Gonna take you through these tests. You feel me? You're gonna go through these little phases in life, yo. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, you just gotta recognize that one, it's the adversary trying to knock you off your pivot, and then it's God trying to teach you something. You feel me? Anything that you go through, you gonna get through. It's called going through. You feel me? That's why it's called going through. You going through something. You feel me? Because after you go through it, you get through it. You look back and like, damn, I got that. You feel what I'm saying?
For this and more, be sure to tune into BeExposedRadio.com every Friday from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock p.m. to listen to more of It Is What It Is radio show.
You're listening to BeExposedRadio.com. Talk dirty to me.
I love it. It's awesome. It's all mine. Gets me going every day.
You're struggling with your mortgage. You think about it. You don't do anything but think about it.
What are we going to do if we lose the house? Where are we going to go?
At work.
I can't let anybody find out. I'm so embarrassed.
At dinner.
How can I tell the kids? It's going to wreck their lives.
And at 3 o'clock in the morning.
I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get through this. What's going to happen to us?
It's time to stop thinking. It's time to start dialing. Call 1-888-995-HOPE for a free government program that offers expert one-on-one advice about your mortgage options.
I'm all alone.
No, you're not. We've helped over 1 million homeowners, and we want to help you. And now there are more ways to help. Call 1-888-995-HOPE or visit makinghomeaffordable.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Treasury, HUD, and the Ad Council.
Well, Jason, I've got to tell you, you're pretty much everything this company is looking for in an entry-level candidate.
Great.
Your resume isn't quite what we're used to, but you've got a fantastic work ethic.
Thank you.
And I'm impressed by how you carry yourself.
So, should we talk about the job?
What? The job? Oh, sorry. Yeah, I have no way of recruiting or even meeting you. This interview didn't happen.
It may sound ridiculous, and that's because it kind of is. There's a huge pool of talent your company is missing out on. Meet the grads of life. Who are they? Talent worth knowing about. Young adults of unique determination and experience. An ideal fit for your company in an entry-level position, internship, or even mentorship. They might not have every qualification you typically look for, but they're exactly who your company needs.
Man, we really could have used him.
Don't miss out on a resource many innovative companies have already discovered. Go to gradsoflife.org to learn how to find, cultivate, and train this great pool of untapped talent. Brought to you by the Ad Council and gradsoflife.org.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school.
Hey everybody, check out what you missed on the one and only Be Inspired radio show.
I'm just thankful this year I've dealt with, some growing pains, and I've overcome some things, and I've also, accomplished some things in the process. I've learned some things. I learned that everybody loves your work until they got to pay for it. That's what That's what I learned. I learned everybody loves what you do. I mean,
not always.
Listen, the Bible says money answereth all things.
Well,
okay, and there is a place. There is a place where finances is necessary. Yeah. And when you got kids and when you got a wife and then you doing everything and you top dog at what you do, especially when you weren't in the same place like with this radio show, you ain't in the same place you were a year ago. Should nobody be coming on the show and not donating to your show?
Can you say that on my show?
Should nobody be coming to your show?
Can you say that in the middle of the live?
Yeah, make that a promo, please.
Should nobody come on this show without donating?
Yes.
I don't care if it's $20.
Donate.
Tune in to Be Inspired every Wednesday live at 7 p.m. right here.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live United. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusey. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, Live United. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange.
The Artists Exchange.
Artists Exchange Live.
The Artists Exchange. The Artists Exchange.
The Artists Exchange.
Starts now.
The box is lit. The box is lit.
We all lit. Shout out Boss Man Scoop.
The box is lit, nigga. Lit, nigga.
Let's get it.
Here I come again, here I come again. About to make the track jump again. I say I feel it in my system when I feel the bass bump again. Make me want kick it with the kick of the drum again. Me and my beat and my vibe, threesome again. It's a problem when they all make you love again. Gut check, hold your stomach in. This real sick, make it up, chuck a punch and then I spit right on the garbage artist. This ain't music for the common targets. Urban intellect from the home of logic. But like J. Cole, I'm a prominent prophet. I gotta stop it, can't stop it. Keep going, I keep going. As long as the beat going. Y'all in denial, cause like a river I keep flowing. I'm hot in the pool, weight, South Beach towing. And I be on it, no big boy, I'm an outcast. Get me on the track and ice fast. Y'all getting currency, spitting about cash. How y'all got it coming quick, in and out fast. Perpetration, this a real infiltration. Up in this bitch from the attic to the basement. Party over here cause I'm giving them what they want. This one for the black nation. Look, I got love for my people. Know the struggle for the pain, my sister, I see you. To the brothers, I love you. When y'all bleed, I bleed too. They treat us different, they know we ain't equal, but peak. We the original kings and queens. Guarding on their melanin people is what they see. They fear our greatness and power, they kill for their peace. Showing us the power, but no one us to have a peace. Nah, they rather see us impoverished. Mom worked so hard just to keep me from starving. Bad enough, black boy synonymous target. Did everything she could to give me the opportunity to make it. Excellence was expected. College was my destination. Jail ain't a question. Now I spend knowledge and senses. Once you hear you indebted, while your rapper just whacking forever coming in second. But me, I'ma ride the side creek to the mainstream, till I'm a shark in the ocean and on the main screen. And when I get on the track, I do my dang thing. Solid rock bars, no hovin' dang thing. Maybe one day, maybe one day, but till then I'll keep flowing, keep flowing. While y'all rock to the beat, keep it going, huh? We gon' keep it going, You can't stop me from flowing, Cause I'ma keep flowing. While y'all rock to the beat, keep it going. Look, see your boy, he all kind of vicious. I don't sell out, you can miss me with your propositions. Until I'm selling out arenas, headline the position. Stand alone, flow ridiculous, I'ma do me without your permission. Let him talk, I'ma do me until it's over. Hove got the rock, I'm pushing to build me a boulder. Rapping Atlas, putting the game on my shoulder. Don't give a damn what they for, I do it for the culture. I don't know, it's just something in my neuron. Every time I get a beat, I gotta put my words on. Syntax flex, get my now adjective verb on. This is my world, you nuts, get your squirrel on. And scurry, hurry, cause the fury leave your lifeless. That to the posters bring back the lyrically righteous. I know it's hard to digest a new diet. Soulful music, green gams, come and try this. This Olympus where is my Triton, I am iconic. People parables booming inside my sonic sonnets. Every day in the plan, only thing I don't plan it. Live for tomorrow, seize today, man, that's oxymoronic. Be up with the stars, man, I'm so cosmic. Down to earth with my flow, but I'm not from this planet. You can't swallow what I spit up, no vomit. Can't lease cause they proof me for bondage. Paying homage to the great vocal carnage for who ain't. Claiming my seat at the table, nobody eating my plate. Everybody with me got their own man. Lord made me to be my own man. Mom's raised me to be a grown man. So now I'm standing right here alone, man. Original, no clone, man. clenching the title on my own, man. Maybe one day I'll be on the throne, man. But till then I'll keep flowing, keep flowing while I rock to the beat, keep it going, We gon' keep it going, I'ma keep flowing, I'ma keep flowing while I rock to the beat, keep it going.
That's real. That's real. I'ma keep flowing.
Jim gasped his last breath, looking to you for help. I ask you about love. You probably quote me a sonnet. But you've never looked at a woman who's been totally vulnerable.
They say months, they say years, but you prove it takes hours. Oh, how time flies, looking in your eyes. This I know, who are they? What is time? This is ours, yeah. But should I unveil or abide? In the shower. Oh, how time flies in between your thighs. This ain't love, this ain't lust, it's just us, this is power. All my past lives for this ride.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Check out this flashback. Our streets are not war zones, and our streets should not be treated as war zones. Now, we got a lot going on in our streets, and we can understand that. We do understand that, and we thank law enforcement and we thank communities for standing up against the things that are going on in their neighborhoods in the negative. But when you have a man broke down on the street, when you have someone in
who was asking for help.
Right, asking for help. You got someone in your home, you have a caregiver that's actually complying with his hands out and he's laying down and he's still getting shot, then this is not law enforcement.
No.
This is brutality. This is not police brutality. This is brutality. I would not call these offenders of justice police, and we do want justice, and we will get justice, and dare I say, by any means necessary. You can catch me Thursdays from 8 to 10 on the Denasha Harrison Show on BeExposedRadio.com.
Hi, I'm LeVar Burton, and I'm proud to be a book person. How do I choose a book? Sometimes it's the cover, sometimes it's the title. I guess I'm pretty visual. If a book's really impressing me and the writing is really good, I will peek and see what the last paragraph is, because the endings of books should rock you. I am a book person, and if you're a book person too, read to a child and spark a lifetime of ambition. Join me at bookpeopleunite.org, because reading is fundamental. A public service announcement brought to you by Reading is Fundamental, Library of Congress, and the Ad Council.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ball in street? Girl in street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at stoptextstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up, and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com. Today's topic. Oh, I'm sorry. I am your co-host. I'm your host, Nate, and I have my co-host, Mr. HullyWood himself, joining us. He's a really strange young man. Very interesting. But we are here thanks to. Okay, so I'll start over. So today I got to sit in on a meeting that I go to once a year. It's called the Thinkathon. It is brought to us by the Greater Baltimore Cultural Alliance, along with University of Maryland and a number of other partners, the Humanities of Maryland and Baltimore all come together and put together this program that helps us. It's kind of a think tank. That's exactly what it is. And certain issues that come up, not anything in particular, it doesn't just have to be hot button issues. Today we talked about littering and how we could use artists to help curb littering in the city, because actually littering costs the city money, because they have to pay people in order to clean that trash up. They have to normally, and that's normally overtime hours that they normally paying those employees to pick up trash that was not in a designated time sensitive issue. And on top of that, it causes other infestation. So now the city has to bait, and they gotta
get all these rodents out.
Yeah, so there are a number of issues that goes into it. So basically, this think tank, it takes artists and other community industry leaders and so on and so forth, and they bring them together and they talk about what's going on, what common themes we have, what things that we think as artists we can help curve. And it's an awesome meeting. It started at 9 o'clock this morning and it wasn't over till 3.
Good gracious.
And it was fun. You don't even realize it in the time.
Definitely if you're enjoying yourself.
Right.
Yeah. So.
And we also got to take it was at the church that sits over top of the graveyard where Edgar Allan Poe is buried. A lot of the other founders of Maryland, Baltimore City rather. So the catacombs, and then there's an outside grave that's there as well. Right. But we're going to curve that conversation and bring it back to you in the second hour, because he hung up. So if you were calling in, definitely call back. I believe that was Vernon, our guest for the day. He is doing a play called A Stranger in My House. It's on May 21st at the Baltimore Museum of Arts in their theater space. But I believe he's on the line now. Hello, caller.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, this is Vernon.
What's going on, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Vernon?
How y'all doing, man? How y'all doing?
Oh, we already
doing great. He's busy.
Good,
Vernon.
good.
Vernon's preparing for his show that I just was telling you guys about, Stranger in My House. So tell us a little bit about the project and how it got here to Baltimore.
So the project, man, is a comedy. It's a hilarious comedy that deals with marriages. It deals with one couple where the wife thinks she wants to be single, but if she realizes in her singleness that she's seeing other couples and their problems, she realized, you know what, I need to get back on my husband because it's crazy out here in the single world. It's a story about a pastor and a first lady who's going through a troubled marriage because the first lady's holding on to old past hurts. And she's stealing and spending church money that he can't deal with, you know. So it all ties back into how you really have to have devotion and prayer and hard work to make your marriage work, to make your relationships work in life. But it's definitely a comedy, man. The reason how I got to Baltimore is because I've done a couple of shows in Baltimore. I'm directing a show actually tomorrow, this whole weekend in Baltimore, called I Want My Vagina Back. Oh, wow. And when that show got out, some people said, yo, you need to bring your other show to Baltimore. I said, you know what? here we come. Let's go. So now that we have Tracy Braxton on the cast, we definitely got to hit Baltimore. I've been with her all day today.
So
she
she's
is
gonna
hilarious.
She's gonna be on the show on the 21st.
Oh yeah, yes,
Okay.
yes indeed. Yeah, she's with us for the whole tour now.
Okay.
She's in.
Okay.
That's awesome.
Yes indeed. Yeah, man.
So what role would Tracy be playing?
Tracy's going to be playing the sexy church secretary, Michelle.
Oh boy, she about to turn up.
Right. It's about to be some cat fights.
We gonna have to
gonna be
come
off
out
the
and
hook.
see this. I'm a big fan of the Braxtons and Tracy and such. Her journey has been very inspiring to see her refresh her career. It's never too late. It's never too late.
Right.
Yeah, she's doing good, man. She's doing good.
We talked the other day, and I was just asking you some questions about who you are and what you do, because this world of being a artist and director and producer is not easy.
No.
How do you balance the career of what you do versus the business of what you do, the artistry side versus the business? How do you balance that or keep that going for yourself?
I would say for me, I'm a fun person. I'm a business person, but I'm a fun person. I'm a people person. So I balance the two because my creative artsy side, it allows me to be the people person I am, where I can make connections and do business as well. I love talking to people. I love being around people. So for me, I bring the two together. I connect the two together by just being that people person who I'm easy to talk to. Sometimes it's hard to bring both of them together. But for me, it's not, because it's like, for me, it's my passion. It's what God put me here to do. So to me, it's like breathing. It's like walking. It's like talking to y'all right now. I love to do it. Right. And when something is your passion, when you have a love for something, to do something, like T.D. Jakes once said, when something is your passion, it's not hard to do. Right. It's just as easy as you waking up in the morning and going through your day.
Right.
And that's how I make it so for myself.
Is it is the travel rewarding? How do you like the traveling? Because you are a family
The traveling?
man, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, I love the traveling. Oh yeah, I love the traveling. I like to get on the road and go somewhere now.
Right.
But for me, the traveling is lovely because, I don't want to be a local, DC playwright. I want to be a national playwright.
Right.
So for me to go on travel to other cities, to get my brand out there, to get my work out there, my love out there, that's how you make it happen. So I love the traveling part. Like for me, I'll jump in my truck and I'll drive to Charlotte to look at some venues and book a venue, and now book radio and stuff to get my show in Charlotte. So that's how passionate I am about what I do.
Right.
Traveling. Oh man, I love traveling.
Do you? I mean, but you're working at the same time, so of course you love your work. But how do you distress, or how do you come down from that? How do you take a break from being that artist? Because it even, I don't care how much you love it, it could be tiresome at times.
It is. Yeah. How I de-stress is, I like to go places like the Miami. I like to swim.
Okay.
So this is a true story. I like to get in the water and just
toes.
swim. That's how I de-stress. Or I love going to the movies.
Okay.
I go to the movies and watch 3 different movies in one day.
Are you watching? Are you able to watch it for entertainment, or are you watching it for inspiration?
For inspiration and entertainment.
Okay.
You know how I get my characters for my plays and in my mind is just go out and about and watch people.
Yeah. Yes.
And you get characters like that, and you write notes to yourself about, I'm like a character that does this and does that, and that's how you get characters.
Right.
How long have you been writing? Hello?
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah, I was breaking up a little bit. Okay, go ahead.
How long have you been writing?
I've been acting all my life. I started acting professionally in 1998, and I started writing my own plays in 2003.
So what shows have you done? Have you been on the stage play circuit, or was it school? Or?
No. So the shows that I've done basically were all Christian productions.
Okay.
I directed the largest stage play on the East Coast called Christmas Celebration down here in PG County, Maryland, at Evangel Cathedral. I was the director of that show for 5 years.
Okay.
I wrote a stage play called But God, which was also a comedy about a hair salon and a barbershop. That was a comedy. It was great. I did a show last year called Secrets, Lies, and Scandals. That was a hit as well. So I've been doing it for a while. Those are the shows that I've done that kind of got notoriety down here in the DMV. But this is my first show where I'm actually going on the road and taking on a small tour.
Okay. What inspires you, or like what pushes you to keep doing what you're doing?
Say it again, you're breaking up.
I said, what inspires you to keep doing what you're doing? Like, what's pushing you? Like, what's that motivation?
My motivation, actually, man, is, I firmly believe that this is the gift that God gave me.
Right.
And I'm not going to forfeit it for nobody.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my drive every day. I firmly believe that if God gave you a gift, I don't care if He gave you a gift to bake cakes. If that's your gift that He gave you, you push and make it the best cakes you ever made, better than anybody else, because you don't forfeit what the Lord gave you. Okay. You don't set it to the side and say, "Oh, well, I'll do it later." No, because you know what? Like T.D. Jakes said, that gift will bother you in your sleep until you do what you're supposed to do with it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So that's what pushes and drives me every day to learn more and to be the best I can be at what I do and the gifts that He gave me.
Okay. Also, I got another question for you. How can I say? What made you? What pushed you in the direction of playwright or acting in film?
Actually, man, my grandmother pushed me into acting when I was 6 years old. But the theater side of it came when I started doing a couple of stage plays, and I fell in love with theater so much. And so I had the gift of acting. People would always say, "Man, you can act your butt off." And I've done TV shows, and I've done movies, and I've been extras in movies and stuff like that, and TV commercials. But I started doing stage plays, man, and doing that, I said, well, I got this acting thing down pretty good. I want to learn the back of the house stuff.
Right.
So I started learning, stage management and lighting and sound. I started learning set design and set building.
Mm-hmm.
And then what it did, after I learned all that, I said, let me put pen to paper. Let me write something and make it happen. And when I did my first one, it was like, oh, okay, let's keep going.
Right.
And so now all I do now is I take master classes for writing screenplays and writing stage plays. I'm always learning. So,
right.
If you ever get to the point where you feel like you don't need to learn anymore, then you're done. You
right.
Put it down.
There's always some room for learning,
It's always room for learning, bro.
Right.
All the time.
Right, because even as me being an actor myself, I'm always sitting here studying, and I'm trying to learn how to become more of a character, or how to embody this person, or how to just like pretty much just continue and just better my craft.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna tell you, as an actor, bro, let me give you some advice, and I learned this from David Talbert. I learned this from Shelley Garrett. As an actor, what you want to do as an actor is, man, you want to always watch people. You want to always watch movies and watch TV shows. Because you know what that does? You're downloading. You're learning. Right. When you watch them do certain things, you're learning, how can I do that better than they just did it? Or, oh, that's how they did it. Okay, cool, right? You ever heard of a TV show called the BBC? It's a British network.
Mm-hmm. That's a network.
Watch the BBC and learn the British accent.
Oh, you talking about this here, sir?
Yeah, the BBC, the British Broadcasting. Right. I forgot what it's called, but
I know exactly what you're talking about. They do talk
if you watch that show, you'll learn you'll learn that British dialect. That'll give you a British accent, right?
That's it.
And if you watch other shows as well, where they're speaking different kind of languages, you'll get a different kind of dialect as well. That's good for your speech.
Correct.
If in learning, part of my journey as a performance artist was coming from school. So school, doing plays in schools, and then eventually majoring in it in college. So one of the lessons that I learned was, like you said, learning all the aspects of theater, learning all the aspects of backstage, on stage. For me, it allowed me to, at times, take a break from learning lines. At a time, it took me, because sometimes you don't always get the part. So I still need to get paid. So I do know the backstage and the lighting and stuff like that.
Hold on one second. I don't know if the phone is breaking up or it's my phone. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, cool. I don't know if y'all are like in the mic or not. I don't know. It's breaking up bad on your end. I can hear you sometimes. Say what you said again one more time.
But speaking to young people that are coming up now in that world of arts,
right.
Let them know how important it is to learn the different aspects of theater, of performance.
Yeah, it's important because you have a lot of people nowadays that because they've done a local movie or they're on a web series or something. They feel like, oh, I'm an actor. I'm doing it. But then they come to theater and don't know stage direction. They don't know what to bring to an audition. They don't know, the tools they need to have. Right. And one thing I tell actors that are just starting out, learn theater first. Because if you learn theater and you're a great theater actor, you could crush any web series, any TV show, any movie, anything. The best actors out right now are amazing theater actors. Right. They started in theater. Right. So it's good to learn, stage direction and learn direction. A lot of people don't even know what the word fourth walling means.
Right.
They don't even know what that is. What is that?
We tell them like,
wow, you don't know what that is?
Right, don't break the fourth wall.
Stuff like that. So it's very important, man. So if you become a great theater actor, and you learn all the aspects of it, when you show up on any set and you're well prepared, you'll always get the part. I guarantee you.
If you were not in theater, what would you be doing?
If I wasn't in theater, I'd probably be doing stand-up comedy.
Okay.
Is that your next endeavor?
No, people always say I should do stand-up because I'm funny.
Have you tried it yet, or is that something that's on your bucket list?
No, I haven't tried it. I may one day go to a comedy club and get up there and tell some jokes to see what I do, but
well, there's a million clubs, a bunch of open mic nights.
I know, right?
Come get them giggles in, bro.
Mm-hmm. You're a producer. Right? Make it happen. Create your own platform. I want to hear these jokes, sir.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, people say all the time, man, you should do stand-up, man. You funny. But I think I'm more of a situational funny. Like, when I'm in a setting, I'm funny. Right. But I think if I stood there and told jokes, I'd be funny, too, because I'll just talk about people like Dale usually does sometimes.
So don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to put you on hold, Mr. Vernon, so don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show, only on BeExposedRadio.com.
Are you thinking about getting your GED diploma? Well, here at the GED Pep Talk Center, we've got a number of pep talks that can motivate you.
Sometimes things don't always turn out the way you want them to.
You know that feeling? People look at you and don't believe in you.
You want some gentle encouragement. Then you're on your way to your GED diploma and a better life.
But I know you're probably just a little bit nervous. You can find it in yourself to take that first step.
You can improve your future. You can do this. I know you can.
You need to start pushing yourself.
Now get your game face on and take the first step towards a better life. Hurry up! Don't make me repeat myself.
Whatever level of motivation you need to get your GED diploma, we've got a pep talk that's right for you. Call 1-877-38-YOUR-GED or visit yourged.org for your pep talk and find free GED classes in your area. GED is a registered trademark of the American Council on Education. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the four walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextstoprex.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hey, what's up? And welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. It's me, your host, Nate, and my co-host, HullyWood, Mr. Damonn. Is it Damonn? Damonn? It's Damonn.
It's Damonn.
After a month, I'm still saying Damonn.
It's Damonn, you know.
Cause he's so Hollywood.
Like some people be saying Damon, some people be saying Demon, and I'm like, yo, where you get the E from, bro? Like, don't even put me in the category.
I don't know. It could be silent. So we have our guest, Mr. Vernon Williams, producer, director, stage coach, acting coach, comedian. What don't you do, Mr. Sir? Is he still on there? Hello?
Is he still on the line?
Hello, Vernon?
Yep.
So I was introducing you. I was asking, what don't you do? Stage, actor, director, producer, coach, stage manager. What don't you do?
I don't do makeup.
Soon to be a comedian. I'm gonna set up an event and just invite him and then put him on the spot.
Right.
Comedian Vernon Williams. Come on up here.
If I come up there, man, but I'm telling you, I'm gonna tear it up.
All right. Well, just know I got jokes, so don't be slinging them this way.
They're having improv jokes.
Oh man. Yeah,
so
man. Nah, I don't.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. Now I'm listening. Go ahead.
Tell us the story that we'll be seeing on the 21st. A Stranger in My House. Tell us a gist of what to expect.
So the gist of A Stranger in My House, what you'll be seeing on the 21st is, you'll be seeing life lessons. You'll be seeing, there are a lot of people out here, man, who married, and in their mind, they think, I can't deal with this no more. I can't deal with all these issues and problems, and they want to be single, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you guess what? When you go out here and meet somebody else, they're gonna have issues with them too.
Right.
Probably worse than the issues you're dealing with already. So why not just stay with you had and work it out? The thing about it is with us. Think about their marriage lasted 80 years. All they have is each other, and it works out. Nowadays, we want microwave relationships. We want to get in and get out. That's not how it works.
Right.
A Stranger in My House will show you that it takes work. It's going to show you if you work on it and
Now
work it out.
There's some passion coming from your tone right now. This not like a biography or
Right,
nothing,
like
is it?
Some personal experiences in here, bro.
Hello?
Vernon.
Is he still online?
His phone probably just like not in range or something.
So Vernon's gonna call back. He's back on. Hello? Mr. Vernon? Not so much.
Okay.
So Vernon's gonna call back. He's doing A Stranger in My House, May 21st. I gotta get the exact time. May 21st at Baltimore Museum of Art in their theater space. A nice theater space. I love the seating. I like orchestra style seating in any theater, but nevertheless, he's gonna call back and let us know the details about that, where we can find him, where we can get tickets, all that jazz. So stay tuned. Just a couple more about this segment. About the second half of this show. We're going to talk more about building that that relationship with yourself.
Right, pretty much.
And it's a couple things that you should know about yourself that you should be aware of, because sometimes when you're not in a good place, you're putting that out on other people. Is that him back online? Hey, what's up, Vernon? Not so much?
So much not?
Maybe not.
There you go. Vernon.
Hello, can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, all right. Yeah, it's going in. It may be my phone because I'm driving. It may be my
okay.
phone going in and out.
Probably going in and
I
out.
I apologize, y'all.
That 295 can be a doozy sometimes.
Right.
Actually, I'm on 301. I'm not even on 20. I'm on 25 yet.
Oh wow. Yeah, you in the boonies right now, sir.
Yeah,
But,
right.
Give us so give us the information, a little synopsis of the play, where we can get tickets at. I know it's the 21st, but I didn't have the time in front of me.
It's just, man, if you want to get your ticket for the show, play, like I said, it's about marriages and relationships, and how you work hard on them, keep them going. You have a microwave relationship where you have one issue and you want to get out. You got to work on it and work hard on it to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to get your tickets, you can go to my website at VernonWilliamsPresents.com and click on your city, Baltimore, and get your tickets. Tickets are only $25. So go and get your tickets. Come see Tracy Braxton. Come see Trey Chaney. Come see Big G. It was all on the wire. Mm-hmm. And the rest of my cast to entertain, to mess out you, and make you laugh from the time you sit in your seat to the time you walk out that door. I guarantee you.
Now, you have a star in your presence right now. I'm just going to say, I'm not really, bragging on myself or anything, but I'm just going to say, when will my role be written for me? I prefer dramas, but I can be very funny. I'm not, against being the old funny man. My only dislikes of being a slave. I think I've done enough of those roles, but I'm waiting.
Right. Hey, I just want to represent an idea. I want to represent possibilities.
So he's trying to get the back end money. I just want a part.
Let me breaking up again. I'm in the boondocks. Sorry.
I was saying, so when is your next show? So this one's on the 21st. What's the next stop on the tour?
The next stop is going to be Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, at the Forum Theater. It's a 1,700-seat venue. It's a beautiful venue in Harrisburg, PA, on July 15th. And we were actually in talks today to make Richmond, Charlotte, and Atlanta our next stops.
Oh, wow.
Okay. That's awesome.
So the tour is unfolding as we are, or do you have other dates already in place?
Say that one more time, Nate.
I said the dates are already in place, or are they still to be announced?
Yeah, Harrisburg is already in place.
Okay.
But Richmond, Charlotte, and Atlanta, we're in talks with the venues now to get those locked in, but they will be throughout the summer.
So quickly tell us where we can find you at on social media and some of the other things that you offer. Like he does, if you have a play, he'll help you produce it, he'll help you direct it. And how can people get in contact with you, and what are you looking for in terms of good work?
Yeah, so what other things that I do acting workshops that I'm doing. I'm actually doing a huge acting workshop on June 23rd and 24th with Mr. Shelley Garrett. He's doing an actor's workshop and a playwright's workshop, a 2-day workshop seminar. And he's actually doing a movie that's going to be, they're doing a documentary on him, a movie, and they're going to be filming the movie at the workshop.
Okay.
So you got to go on my website and register for the website to be in the movie. And get some great information from the Godfather of Urban Theater himself. For myself, I teach workshops as well, but I also I could be hired as a director or producer. So say you have a script and you want to do a stage play, but you don't really know what to do with it. You can reach out to me. We can sit down and have a meeting and discuss it, and we can turn your script into a stage play. You can reach out to me via my email address at VernonWilliamsPresents@gmail.com. That's VernonWilliamsPresents@gmail.com. Yeah, and I can help you with your script, get it done. I have a couple of people who have books that want to turn them into stage plays. We can talk about that as well. So that's what I do other than my plays. Just try to keep the craft going, keep it moving. And as far as anything upcoming, my next stage play will start in March of 2018. For a tour for 2018. It's called Confessions of a Side Chick.
Oh, okay.
Now that's a drama, so you'll like that, Nate. That's a drama.
Yeah, I love the suspense. I love the dramatics of theater.
Oh, you'll love that one. Trust me. You'll love that one. All the Baltimore gonna love that one. Trust me.
So just to close out this segment, I really appreciate you calling in. I definitely can't wait to see the play. My last question to you is, sir, what advice would you give to your 17-year-old self?
My 17-year-old self, start early. You waited too long. Let's get started right now. That's advice I give to myself. Because when I was 17, I knew I liked what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I would tell myself, hey, you know that thing you like to do? Start learning some more. Let's get started early. Trust me, you can do it.
Well, thank you, Mr. Vernon. I really appreciate you calling in. Feel free to call back in. Let us know. We can help you promote it even more and push the show. And I'll see you on the 21st.
All right, man. I appreciate it. I appreciate the call, man. Thanks for letting me call in. And real quick, before I hang up, real quick.
Okay.
To reach me on social media, you can reach me at Vernon Williams III on Facebook is my producer's page, like my producer's page. On Twitter, you can reach me at Williams ENTGRP. That's Twitter. And on Instagram is Vernon Williams Presents. Hit me up.
Got you, man. Stay tight and just let me know whatever we can do to continue to help you.
I appreciate y'all, bro.
Anytime. So stupid. Thank you, sir. This has been the Artist Exchange. We'll be right back after this quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere.
Rediscover your lore. House of China. You can set up an appointment with Camilla Collins, your very own image consultant. From street to chic and regular to radiant, House of China is for you. To follow House of China, it's Camilla_China Doll on Snapchat, Twitter, and Instagram. And on Facebook, it's HOC Image Consulting. It's by appointment only, so text in at 910-986-8153. Or you can email her at houseofchinadoll@gmail.com. House of China, revitalizing your life.
We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
Do yourself a favor and listen to this hilarious flash
6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Got my comedian Pandoras. Got my favorites, my Bill Burr. Among sorts. So I get all kinds of comedian that come through my my airwaves. And this one in particular, Chad Daniels, hilarious. He has this one joke where he talks about the things that he did, about how he messes with his son.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the things he did was he bought the the picture frames.
Mm-hmm.
He would buy picture frames, and he would leave them in there.
Like the stock photo that comes.
He would leave the stock photo in there, and so he would basically tell his son that he had to do some things, or he would be taken away or eaten or something, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the kid believed him. And whenever he got questioning, he would ask about the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Oh yeah, that was your brother," and he didn't listen.
Yo, that's foul. That's funny as hell, but that's foul. Oh.
It's so.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
You back on? Welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. This is Nate, your host, and my co-host, Mr. HullyWood.
Hey, this is
So welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show. That was Mr. Vernon Williams. He's the director and producer of A Stranger in My House on May the 21st at Baltimore Museum of Art. You'll be able to see his production. And we'll have the flyer up in the Artist Exchange group page shortly. So definitely look out for that. Damonn is going to give a shout out to the people that are watching us right now on Facebook Live.
Okay, we have Catherine Brooks, and she's saying, "Hey, you." We have Janice Moore that logged in. "Hey, Mom, what's happening?"
Oh, Mama's boy.
No, ain't no Mama's boy. You got Mark. You got Shamika Boone saying, "Hey, what's happening, Shamika?" We got Mark Moore. I see you, cuzzo. If y'all want some good martial arts training, I suggest y'all.
I thought she was about to say something marshmallow.
Not no marshmallow. He's definitely good trainer. He trained me since I was a kid. It's actually Left Hook 360 Boxing. You go check him out. Actually, go to his page. And also we have Tamil Robinson saying, "What's up? What's going on?"
I'm still waiting for my outfit, Mr. Tamil.
We got T Diddy Dorsey that hopped in. "What's up, bruh? I see you." Also, we have Jeremiah's Call, Linda Jeff. We have Chris. "What's happening, bro?" From Underline Studios. We have, what's that, Valencia Tall. "Hey, fellas, what's happening?"
That's Miss. Okay, she was Miss Valencia Toll. She was our guest yesterday on the Firestar series at Hotel RL. Shout out to her and Deetra, the glam artist, the glam makeup artist. Shout out to you both. Thank you for tuning in.
And Jeremiah's Call saying, "Hey y'all, what's happening? How you been?"
Hello, stranger.
And that's what we have, Paul, for the shout outs for right now. Oh, we have Oziah Bugatti Rhymes all the way from South Carolina. What's going on, bro? How you feel?
So today's topic is actually building that relationship with yourself. I'm a person who I'm under construction. I don't claim to be perfect or in all perfect pieces, not whatsoever. But I am a work in progress, as we all are. And this is a day by day thing. And I don't have any issue with showing my journey, and it's something that I've been working on, being more transparent about my journey, because some things we should keep to ourselves because it ain't everybody's business, but to help others, we have to share our journey with people. So part of this journey is me really rediscovering and capturing my spiritual self and really sharing that as an artist to and with people that I come in contact with. And I've noticed it's helping me to be more open to different situations and being thrust in. I was sharing a conversation that we had today at the Think Tank meeting that I had this morning. And it really was profound to be in a group of people that I didn't know and be able to express myself without feeling locked in and just being around people you respect. So the first thing in getting into a better relationship with yourself is really analyzing the people that you have around you. Everybody not for you, but everybody not out to hurt you either. And you deserve to be and trust everyone that you bring into your life, even if it's just to say no to them.
Right.
I learned that lesson by watching, of course, it sounds a little cliche, but Ian Levanzette, she gives out some really pearls of wisdom and some real straight talk. And that's one of the things that I being from or living rather in Baltimore, you learn to be hard-hearted. You learn to distrust people from a very young age. And I'm learning to trust people, even if it's for a short period of time. Even if it's just to say, no, you can't treat me that way. No, I will not allow these things to happen in my life. Right. These are the restraints of our relationship. Right. And if I have to put you on a tight hold, I don't need you in my life. Right. And I've begun to really analyze the individuals that I bring around me and I let in my circle, because energy will destroy you. Right. It just like it can bring you up, it can bring you down. And I don't want to always leave on a sour note or always be at the pain of every situation, but you got to get through the muck and the mire of who you are to really get to your best self. Right. And that's what I'm after. I'm after getting to my best self, and I want to help other artists and entrepreneurs and leaders in our communities to get to their best self. Right. We got to stop just taking the resources from our communities and just taking them and moving forward with them, but we got to replace them with the seeds that we have been given to plant into our communities and to the individuals that are supposed to cross our path, that are destined to cross our path. And you may not have the best relationship with everybody in your life, but you deserve to treat everyone the way you want to be treated.
Right.
Exactly. We got to stop treating each other with such disrespect and disregarding the person that's sitting across from you, the person that's sitting in the mirror that you looking at. Right. Like, start with that person. Right. Learn to respect that person to the utmost. And everybody that comes across your path, it'll be so easy to treat them with respect. Right. You know, we have to get away from damaging each other. And this all started in the last couple of months. I said, I've been feeling this vibe wherever I went between here and Philly. I've been hearing and feeling this vibe between individuals, and it takes me back a little bit because I didn't know how to react to it. Is it something that I ignore and brush off, or is it something I'm supposed to pray or meditate over, or is it something that I'm supposed to say something about? Like, what do you do? Right. And it all came to head 2 Fridays ago when I had a confrontation with this young man while leaving the station, actually, and it kind of threw me off a little bit, because I'm a person that you can say what you want, all you want. You can do what you want, but don't attack my personal space. Right. You know, that's to me, right, because it has happened to me as a young person before, so I'm really sensitive about it. Right. You know, and it has caused some hurt within my family as well. You know, I lost my grandmother because somebody attacked her personal space, and that means something to me. Like, we cannot continue to treat each other like this, but there's a reason why hurt people continue to hurt people, because nobody's getting to the core of what's wrong with the individual. Right. We're trying to dust off topics, and we point many fingers at people when things aren't going the right way. Right. And it's easy to say Trump is to blame for this. Republicans are to blame for this. Hillary Clinton is to blame. It's so easy to blame, but we never look at those 3 fingers pointing back at us. What part did you play in this? Yeah. And it's not so much blaming the victim for what's going on, but you have a responsibility in everything that happens in your life. Right. Like, what were you not listening to that could have prevented these things from happening? And
that's us probably saying, like, growing up, you know, we not listening because, you know, man, I'm growing up trying to experience doing what I got to do. You know, I don't got to listen to that. That's just us being stubborn and actually not, like, being able to have knowledge of what's really is going on, looking at the bigger picture, you know. Is that, and I'll ask a question, how do you
have you always seen yourself, or do you see yourself the way you want to? It sounded differently in my head, but that's how it came out.
Rephrase that again.
How do you see yourself
right now?
Right now,
ordinary Joe. Like, I don't know. I just see myself. I feel as though that in every situation, every negative situation, there's positivity in it. We just have to find it, you know. And a lot of people, I don't know. I find myself. That's a good question. Like, I just see myself as a person that just has a good heart. I just hopefully, like, prayerfully, the things I say or the things I do can actually touch the life and the hearts of others to actually change the way they think or the way they want to do things. Like, you know what? This person was this way to me, you know what I'm saying? Why not show, like, okay, I went through some bad things, but show the opposite of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, bro, there's a lot, I feel as though, like, there's a lot of people out there that goes through things and they don't have nobody there to actually hear what they're saying or actually just hear them out or actually lend that arm or something just because, like, or give them that hug that they need, that, you know, that they've been looking for. And I feel as though that I'm in a place where I see myself as that I'm that person that can actually, you know, can touch their heart or touch their mind, you know, just letting them know that, you know, there's other ways to life than just, you know, always being around negative. Like my little brother said, he'd rather have 4 quarters than 100 pennies. You know, and I agree with him because, like, it's like you having a small circle. Like everybody think it's good to have a big circle. Like, no, you don't need a big circle. Look at look at Spartans. It was 300 of them, and look how many they took out. It was millions they went against. But just me, just having a small circle, knowing like I'd rather have this much energy around me, and then I can expand and I can bring more energy, and then the more positive energy you have, that if that person has negative energy around them or is in them, that maybe that our love and how we're showing our energy and our positivity, that they can overcome what they're going through, you know, and explain situations. You know, I believe. There's so many ways. And
it's something that I've been saying for a long time. A lot of artists that come in here, you can have 1 million likes, but how many of those people are not so much diehard fans, but how many of those people really know you? Right. How many of those people really respect you? How many of those people will be there when the next big thing come along? Right. I will always pay attention to the 5 faithful in the corner versus the 5,000 or the 5 million that are just trending right now. You know, that's just, you know, how I deal with my social media, how I deal with my friend circle now, because some people do need that.
Right.
You know, because they are feeling insecure, they're feeling vulnerable, they're feeling alone. So they want as many people around them, and they don't really care, you know, whether they're good for them for their lives or not. Because I was one of those people who I didn't necessarily need you around, but I was, you know, I get it from my mother. She takes everybody in. My mother used to take families in, right. And I know part of it is she does not want to be alone, and I think I inherited a piece of that. But at the same time, you take people in that are not good for you, and you have to do some self-care, right? Because you begin to break yourself down worrying about how people will be or how people are treating you, and you see them damaging your life, but something in you just wants to be patient with them. But you have to learn how to let people go. Everybody is not meant to be there for a lifetime, right? And you have to learn your lesson and move on sometimes.
Right. Some people are there just for a season, you know. And it's like you have people in your life that are roots, you have people in your life that are branches, and you have people in your life that are leaves.
Right.
You know, you got the people that's there, like the leaves, they gonna be there, hey, I'm just here, you know what I'm saying? Something
as soon as the wind blows,
snap, let me get out of here, I'm gone.
Yeah.
And then you got that one branch, like, you know, I'm gonna fight with you for a second. Oh, snap, the wind too strong, she broke off. But you got that one, you got those roots there, you know, those are your elders, the one that's actually there showing you the way, you know, that's actually taking their time and that's just helping you, like, get molded. And once that wind comes, you know what I'm saying, you can sway left, you can sway far right, but no matter what, the roots are still going to be there to hold you strong. Like, you know what, I got you. You know, you're gonna make it through this. You know, we can do this together. We're a stronghold. So, you know, don't let nothing break that. You know what I'm saying?
And part of the discussion that I had today, and I wanted this to be a little looser of a topic because it's so much that goes into changing the course of people's habits, and the movement that I am trying to make happen is called PUSH. praying till something happens. It's something that I tell my friends whenever we get into a jam, and sometimes you just don't have the words. And simply telling somebody to keep pushing. You know, some people, you know, there's a big thought process that goes into never tell a person that's sad to smile or be happy, because if it was that easy, they wouldn't be sad. Well, sometimes they just need the words.
Right.
They need to know that there's a language to what they're feeling, but there's also tomorrow.
Right.
You know, there's a second after. You don't have to stay in that, and you have to have options to get yourself out of it into alternatives. You know, you can't stay sad forever.
Right.
You got to get up out of that.
But even through those sad moments, you know, I believe that it's making us, you know, it's just molding us to become stronger and more of a stronger person. Like, if we do have a sad moment or we do have a breakdown moment, like, yeah, we are hurting, we are going through, but at this time, like, you know, like, this is breaking me down so I can actually become a stronger person inside, and it can mold me so I can actually be a testimony to somebody else's life that's actually going through something.
Right. So we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. On behalf of myself and Damonn, thank you for tuning in and continuing to share and support us. But definitely help us by inviting somebody to the Facebook Live. Just click on the share button and click invite, and just go crazy with the invite button.
Yeah.
And then continue to share it out with other people. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Business owners, need more customers? Offer fantasy sports contests and generate more sales. Restaurants, bars, hotels, auto dealerships, real estate offices. Whatever your business, fantasy sports contests can help you increase your sales and bring you more loyal customers. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. Our software lets you customize contests fast and easy for your brand. That's right. Visit Fanify.com or call 888-55-SPORT. That's 888-55-SPORT or visit Fanify.com.
Hey now, this is your girl Tracy from Gangsta Goddess Radio. If you missed us on Monday from 7 to 8, catch this flashback. Gangsta Goddess Radio, BeExposedRadio.com. And it's a whole conversation. I won't even put you through the trauma of playing it for you. That's how much I love you all today. But he said when he sees a woman that he likes, he simply grabs them by the pussy. And because he's a star, he believes women just let him do anything. So he's just walking out in the streets grabbing women by their vaginas. And I am still clutching my pearls every time I hear it. So I definitely wanted to let our guest, Miss Kimmy, weigh in on how you felt when you first heard that.
I think he was very insultive to every woman out there. It's nothing to write home about. It's nothing to brag about. I think you running for a presidential candidate, even though you said it prior, such things shouldn't be said on air or recorded. Nobody needs to know what you do in your closet, but to rain that insult on women, I think he has no respect for women at all. And I think he doesn't have a good stand when it comes to running and women supporting him.
I believe he has no respect for women. And it's not just because of this comment. It's everything adding up. And then they played a conversation with him and I believe Howard Stern.
You use Tearless baby shampoo because it's gentle on your baby's eyes. You make sure his toys don't have any sharp edges. You always test the bathwater to make sure it's not too hot. You taught her what to do when the smoke alarm goes off. You make sure she wears a helmet when she rides her bicycle. You put on his sunscreen, even when he's embarrassed his friends will see. You do so much to keep your child safe. But are you using the right car seat for your child? Is your child facing the right way in the car seat? Is the seat too big or too small? How do you know when it's time to move your child into the next type of seat? Car crashes are a leading killer of children ages 1 to 13. Protect your child's future at every stage of life. For information on the right seat for your child, visit safercar.gov/the right seat. That's safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
A message from the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Having trouble finding Connor's middle school? Would you like directions?
No, why is Connor having trouble focusing in school?
Finding lowest airfare to Istanbul.
No, I'm tired of fighting with him over homework.
Home, walk, restaurant. Need a review?
No, I need help. He's very smart, but his mind wanders. He's disorganized.
I think I understand.
Oh, good.
Finding best potatoes for French fries.
No!
Russet, fingerling, Yukon Gold.
Why don't you understand me?
Sorry, I was trying to show how Connor feels every day. Frustrating, isn't it? Redirecting to understood.org.
For the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues, this is what life can feel like. Explore understood.org, a free online resource about learning and attention issues, designed to help your child thrive in school and in life. Understood.org, because understanding is everything.
Brought to you by understood.org and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hello and welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live only on BeExposedRadio.com. It's myself, Nate, your host, and my co-host, Mr. HullyWood. We're here just talking about just being better for ourselves, starting with ourselves, how to build better relationships with ourselves first. And I think part of it, the first step I said was really analyzing the group that's around you.
Right.
And that will give you a sense of why I'm feeling the way I'm feeling. If you're happy, that normally means you have a good group of people around you, or you surround yourself with good people, and you're not always gonna be able to pick the people that are around you, and that's the test of life. That's God puts those people in your life as test often, so you really have to be on it and be aware and stay prayed up and meditate. However you pray, whatever your God is, stay prayed up, because you never know who may cross your path and what you have to prepare for.
Right.
Last week I spoke on having a conversation with my aunt in the middle of the night, and I had a conversation with somebody who had just somebody had stole something from them, and I normally in that moment I get lost for words. I'm good at giving advice or calming people down, but sometimes you have to be centered and be put in a good place. And my aunt reminded me, one, of how old that I'm about to be, but it was a call out of the blue. Like, she didn't have to call me. It was like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. Like, my aunt, I'm thinking something wrong.
Right.
But she called me. I was like about to drift off, and just having her call me just out of the blue, just calling somebody just out of the blue, just for no reason. And I try to do that with friends, and I often have friends that now do that for me, and
Right.
it feels good, because that's what fills your cup back up.
Right.
Sometimes it's not all that you put into you, it's sometimes what people put in you that will empty you or fill you up at the same time.
Right, because I used to feel like that, because it was a point in time where I was like, nobody doesn't call me, no one does check up on me, see how I'm doing, nothing like that. I'm like, if I'm not a likable person, or nobody don't like me or something, like,
you alright, you alright.
Like, I try to make people laugh, but then after a while, I just stopped caring. Like, you know what? Let me just,
what can I do for me?
Right. What can I do to make myself better? Because obviously, like, I'm starting to look at things like maybe it's for a reason why it's like this right now. Maybe it's like how we said, we have to work on ourselves, like meditation, or maybe I need to stop and just sit down and pray for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Read the Bible, or just something, just to actually make myself better, so I can actually be a living vessel for someone else.
And sometimes those things happen, and sometimes we are put into situations where we are just being tested, and you have to know first. Knowing the part of building that relationship with yourself is, really analyzing your surroundings, and it's not just people; it's the places, the things that you do, the people and places you go to, and really itemize what's important, what's not important. Budget your friends, your family, your time spent with other people, your time spent alone. Valuing the time that you have with yourself. If you cannot comfortably be by yourself, there's an issue. Because sometimes you have to spend that time alone, and if you're not comfortable being alone, you need to realize what there's some more issues under there. And I'm not trying to shrink anybody here, but I'm trying to help all of us be sustainable healthy adults.
Right.
And just individuals in general. To be a great artist, you have to learn how to tap into those things that are within you and be able to regurgitate that into whatever your art form is.
Right.
But if it's a lot of darkness in there, that's what's going to come out of you.
Right.
And that may be good for TV, so to speak, quote unquote.
Bring it on to acting, but not to
right.
people.
But in your real life, that's not healthy if all you have is dark stuff coming out.
Right.
And that's good that it's coming out, but if that's all that's coming out, that's you gotta
surround. I believe if it's nothing but darkness or negativity coming out, definitely open your eyes, man, and just like really check your surroundings and check yourself. To be honest,
Right.
Because if it's like that, it's something you're around that's actually bringing that to you, you know. And I believe that you just have to actually definitely just do a self-evaluation check on that.
So I'm gonna take a wide right turn right now. And this is a topic that we're gonna continue having throughout the month of May, and it's definitely gonna be something that we touch on. So we'll add more and more because the movement that I'm trying to do is, or the initiative rather, is push. Pray until something happens, because we gotta fix this atmosphere that we have. It's too much violence. It's too much this person against this person. The feeling of being lost and alone and angry. It's so much of that going on right now, and we have to get to the bottom of it. And we can't do this. We can't lean on our own understanding anymore.
No.
We have to get together and figure out what's going on. But in order to get together, the individual has to be okay, at least.
Like an intervention in a way.
Right, because if you got two pieces of darkness coming together, there's what's going to happen. That's fireworks. That's this fire waiting to happen.
Right.
So we really have to get to the bottom of it.
And if the ones we can't get to, even if we can't touch them, the best thing I say to do is all we can do, honestly, is just pray for them.
Okay.
And that's how I look at it. Like the ones we can't touch or the ones we can't help if they don't want it. All we can do, like we physically probably can't do nothing or say anything, but prayer changes things. So we send a prayer out for that person. Like, even though you might not like me. You know what? Oh, it's a lot of people I know probably don't like me, but to me, it don't matter to me, because even though if they don't like me, I still love them. Because that's a big thing. Someone that doesn't like you and they don't, but just showing love, and even though you still showing love that even though that person don't like you, it does wonders inside yourself, and you don't feel bad because like what, even though you're doing this and you're doing that, but I'm still gonna pray for you that God change your heart, or whoever your creator is, change your heart. You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is.
And part of that is changing your vocabulary. I posted a post earlier this week, and sometimes when I post things, they are, I'm going through it in a moment, or it's just passed me by, and that's just a lesson that I got, and I'll listen to the voice that says share it. Right. And most times, because I'll be in my world or in my travels, the best way for me to share it is on social media. And I'm not trying to preach at anybody or wag my finger. But the post that I made was, most thoughts can stop at that. Just a thought.
Right.
Hashtag pick your battles. You don't have to say everything because it popped in your head.
That is so true.
And building that relationship with yourself, things that come out of our mouths do more damage. Words, and a friend of mine,
there's power in the tongue.
Right, Valencia Moss, professor, soon to be Dr. Valencia Moss, Latonya Valencia Moss. She made a statement one time, and she said, words have innate qualities. They have to seek out the mission of their tongue. So when you speak words, whether they be light, dark, good, bad, or indifferent, they have to seek out the mission that you just gave them.
Right.
So if it's words of hate or darkness, they have to find that
you're
person.
Speaking it out into the atmosphere.
You ever been in a space where you haven't been praying that much?
Right.
You've been focusing on self and flesh,
right,
and things just start happening to you like bam bam. Chances are you spoke that or somebody spoke that.
Right.
And I'm a big believer in that. I see families and my own family and families around me in decay because of the mouth of the family members. You speak things to be. You know, somebody get a little sick, and you already planning for the worst.
Right, like, oh man,
verbally.
Like, don't say that. Don't say that.
Yeah, like you speaking it.
Right, like I be telling him when I have a friend, he always like he don't always say it, but he say something off the wall sometimes. I'm like, bro, please don't say that, man, because you know there's power in the tongue.
Yeah.
And like, and you keep saying it, and you keep saying it. And it's like
it's gonna happen.
Like it's gonna happen, and then once you get in that situation, why am I in this situation? Why am I in this situation? It's because you spoke it there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, yo, if something negative, speak positivity or speak change into that, so you don't actually have to go through that situation. Like, and if you do go through it, just go through it with a smile, joy, loving. It's gonna be hard, but yet if you do it, I promise you, you'll come back out on top every time.
You just have to really
have faith and believe.
Right, and it's everything isn't gonna be cotton candy and clouds and all the time, but you have to, even in the midst of a storm, you have to speak light over a situation and life over a situation. You cannot always go into every situation. Sometimes it gets above you, and sometimes you got to speak over yourself and bring yourself back to focus, and because you already there. But in most cases, we take ourselves there. We walk ourselves over that dark threshold because it's easy for us. It's easy for us to be victimized and to be downtrodden and in that dark place when things happen to us.
Right.
But you got to figure out how to successfully move into that. And a lot of you may say, what does this have to do with being an artist? It has a lot to do with being an artist, because I don't want to just talk about ticket sales.
Right.
I want you to be a healthy, long-lasting artist in your own right, a long-lasting entrepreneur. And sometimes we try to mask what's going on with us with putting ourselves to work. So I'm gonna put myself deeper into this project, and it was times where I didn't want to be a part of things. I didn't want to be, because I wasn't whole. I wasn't happy with where I was at, with things that was going on in my life, and I didn't care how successful a play was. Like I just didn't care, but all I knew was to work.
Right.
So I would put myself deeper into work, and I didn't address what was going on. And sometimes that made the situation worse, because once this play or this project is over, I still got to face that.
Right.
So I was sweeping it under the rug and not thinking about it and not focusing on it. And all the while it's growing and festering and getting worse.
Right.
And I'm over here just trying to be an artist, but you gotta heal from within, and it's an ongoing process, and you may never get to your destination, but the journey itself is worth fighting for.
Right.
You know, even if you don't make it, you know, or you transition before you get there, but
like I don't have that if factor. It's like, you know, when we make it, like, we're going to make it. It's like I don't know. Some people's like I'm not knocking what you saying if, but my version of if is like it's not. It's like there's doubt, and I try not to have if in there, because if you have if, then that means it's a but.
Well, I say if in the terms of tomorrow is not promised.
Tomorrow's not promised.
So today, do everything that you can do, even if it's you putting out a plan of action,
right?
You know, that you may never see,
right?
But it's still putting that plan together is far better than just living in that dark space.
Right.
I choose every day. You know, I naturally have in me this cuss you out gene. Like it's natural to me. I have a lot of words in my head, and I like to get them out, whether it be positive or negative. But I've learned I don't have to say everything. Right. Sometimes just leave it as a thought.
Right.
Eliminate is a thought. Okay, I thought it. Now get rid of it.
Right.
It doesn't have to be said out your mouth, because we speak so many things of darkness into reality that we don't even realize it.
Right.
And we sitting there talking to somebody about something, speaking it into reality.
Right.
And that person is looking at us like, you don't even see it.
Right.
And I see that so much in my family and my friends and in myself at one point.
Right.
I see it, and it's disheartening to realize how much time you waste focusing on the negative. You know, I almost got into an argument I'm going to say yesterday. Mm-hmm. I was in a situation that I had been in before, and I saw the pattern, and I took the bait, and I was in the process of, I heard my voice go up. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go there. And or you'll hear somebody say something and your instinct is to be like, who you talking to?
Right,
or just to go in on them.
During that time, do you hear a soft voice in you or a soft voice in your ear and saying, you know what? Stay calm, let's do it this way. Let's go this route.
At
but
times,
you like, you know what, man? Forget that voice, man. I gotta see what's on my chest.
Theoretically, yes and no. I mean, you hear the voice, but sometimes that feeling is bigger than you are sometimes.
Right.
And you have to, conquer that
like
you conquer anything. But you cannot allow yourself to
be swallowed up by it.
Yeah, you can't give into it.
Right.
And you want to say something, but it's not to be said.
Right.
And I get mad at the fact that I've never been able to stay mad. Like I can't. I'll take a deep breath and that's it.
Right, like, you know what?
It's gone.
Sometimes I'll be like, oh, that must be the adjustment barrel.
But there were other times where I roll with it and I let that anger roar up and go off.
Right.
But I'm learning that I don't always have to say anything.
Right.
And it's gotten me in a lot of trouble at times, but it's also saved me from so much more.
Right.
Because I don't always have to say anything.
Right.
When you in a crisis mode, the last thing you do is react.
Best thing to do is think
right.
it out first. Think it through. Make sure you execute the plan.
Assess the situation.
Because a lot of people like when we do get in situations, heated situations, we go ahead. Straight react, like you just said. Straight react, and next thing you know, it's worse than how it really started.
Mr. Collins says it ain't worth it.
I know.
Miss Jeremiah Call said it's true. Amen. Sometimes it's best to be silent.
Yeah.
Halima Martin King says that. But you have to realize what your strengths and weaknesses are.
Right.
And mine is... if I had anything to say, I know what it is. I know what it is. Most times it's just me wanting to get the last word. That was my mother would tell you. It was me wanting to get the last word in. But a power struggle. But sometimes you feel played, you feel disrespected, you feel walked over, you feel belittled. But feel those things. They're real feelings. I'm not saying they're not true feelings. That you feel them. They're real.
Right.
Respect the fact that you feel those things, but you don't have to do anything.
Right.
Because it's not about you.
Right.
That person is doing that because they're trying to get the upper hand over you. And if you give in, and
it's just showing defeat.
Yep. You just showing defeat.
See, I'm like a positive person. Like I try to I'm positive through like every situation. I do be positive in every situation, and it's like come on, man, is it really worth it, man? Like, come on, you don't even gotta fight. Why are you fighting? What are you gonna do? So now, since you fight, or now you gonna be mad, now your pride gonna be hurt. Next minute you gonna come back the next day, and next thing you know, you gonna probably end up shot. You're gonna be just like one of the other problems in Baltimore, instead of actually sitting it out, talking about it. Let's get to the nitty gritty. Why is it like this? Why this situation is the way it is? Man, get to it, and let's grow and let's show love, because Baltimore need love. We need love.
And most times it has nothing to do with you.
Right.
I talked a little bit about the situation that I had with the last play that I was doing, and it was crazy because I stayed on. And some people, even my friend, she was like, well, you ain't got to stay, right? Like, if I was you, I would do the same thing. But I kept saying, as an adult, I have to learn how to face things that I don't necessarily like.
Right. Collins just said, he said, fight fire with water.
Right. Because it's pettiness. Like, and sometimes it's not about you.
Right.
And we sometimes we take on other people's issues as our own, and because you're having an issue with yourself, I take that personally. Why? It's not affecting me. Right. It's being reflected on me, but it's really because I can walk away from this.
Right, like you on your own, bro. That's your problem.
Right. And it was crazy because dealing with that show, I really felt at any moment I could just go off.
Right.
Because I could hear negativity with my name in it.
Right.
And I just was like, why? Like, I'm not this person. Like, and I found myself like, you know what? Do what it is that you're here to do, and that's it.
Right.
no matter what these people leave this project with, no matter what they take home from this, no matter what they say about you after this, you know who you are.
Right.
That's all that's important.
Don't doubt who you are.
Right. You started this, finish it.
Right.
And that's what I kept hearing, finish it. Because it was one rehearsal. I had packed myself and I was ready.
Like, I'm out of here, man.
I was it. And I got to the lobby and something said, sit down.
Right.
And I sit down and I let it go past me. 10, 15 minutes later, I walked around and went back in there and did what it was that I was there to do. I finished out that month of that show, and that was it.
Right.
You know, I did what it was I was there to do, and I gave too much energy to situations that had nothing to do with me. You're crazy has nothing to do with me, and I won't allow myself to be taken under by it. If you have any thoughts or any opinions, please call in 410-702-5657. Mr. Collin continues by saying it's all about understanding. Yes, understanding and really clarifying this has nothing to do with me.
Right.
You know, even the stuff that we put ourselves in, it has nothing to do with me.
Right.
Stop allowing situations to take over your feelings and have control over things that you're supposed to have control over.
Right.
And we give too much power to outside things that has nothing
that
to
doesn't
do
have
with
the last
us.
say so. Like,
It doesn't.
You're right. You're not God, so why should it affect my
Exactly.
life?
And this is the Artist Exchange is so much more than just a platform for artists to come and play their music and, you know, share their events. I really want to create well-rounded selves and creatives in this world. So we interview a lot of artists from here, there, and everywhere.
From all walks of life.
All walks of life. And it's about sharing your story.
Right.
I want somebody to tap into the person that I am and feel like, you know, I go through that and be able to verbalize it. Because as black men, we haven't always been able to verbalize those things that feel uncomfortable.
Right. Well, sometimes we'll hold back what we want to say because we're afraid of how other people might view us or how they might think. He went through that. Oh, look at him. He probably, he was homeless. Oh, he dirty. No, man. You know, what I went through is what I went through. What I went through is my testimony, my walk in life. And what I'm going through now, or what I did go through, somebody else might be going through now, and I can actually help them out.
And it's all in the power of your tongue.
Right.
Your thoughts begot the words that you say.
And
the
building
words,
yourself.
right? The words that you say begot the things that happen to you.
Right.
You know, life is a pendulum. What you put out, the energy that you put out, remember, it's going to come back to you.
Right.
So make sure you putting out things that you want to be thrown back at you.
You reap what you sow.
Right.
You know?
You really have to put yourself in a better place than just settling for whatever.
Right. It's like if you're always putting out a bad reputation, you're always going to get a bad reputation back. Like,
right.
But if you're doing something always positive and, you know, you spreading the energy, you spreading the love, and somebody bring your name up in a conversation, like, oh my goodness, yes. Actually, I do know that guy. He's so positive. He's actually just always on the go. He's always doing this. He's always doing that. I'm telling you, I love that guy because his energy he brings to the table is so amazing.
And that was crazy because that's happened to me before. Somebody that didn't know me, could not stand me, and we were working together. And it was crazy because a friend of mine must have met this person and must have simply said, well, that's not the person I know. That person came to me probably a couple years later, and we hadn't seen each other since that work environment.
Right.
And she didn't apologize right away, but she went into the conversation because seeing me must have just jogged her memory, and we went right back into the conversation. And of course, I'm like, oh, girl, that was years ago. I'm not even thinking about that. I hadn't thought about it till you brought it up.
Right.
And she was like, it just dawned on me because we were talking about it in a break room, and somebody who knew you came into the room and really addressed it. And I had that friend never said anything to me. Nobody else in that room ever said anything to me. So that leads me to believe, do what it is that you're here to do. Don't worry about what people say, what people do. You know, they'll talk about you.
Right.
You know, and I'm not a big hater believer or people will say what they want to say regardless of whether they know you or not. We do that all the time with celebrities. We don't know these people from anything.
Right.
But we have an opinion on every action, every turn, every outfit that they wear. And so we have to apply that lesson to our own lives and really begin to work on ourselves. And eventually we'll be able to get together and solve a lot of the things that are issues within our community, within our culture, and outside afterwards. Because then we'll be able to take ourselves to the bigger group and be able to fix more systemic things that are going on in our communities, in our culture, in our country.
Right.
And stop blaming and pointing the finger, but start with self and work upwards.
Right.
And that helps, because we are whole, healed, positive situations going into other situations. And if everybody did that, we can start focusing more. I used to do this thing where I would always tell my students, focus to the person on your right and to the left. If you just do that in this classroom, just help the person to your right, help the person to your left, start with yourself, this whole classroom will be smooth and working with bells and whistles. Right. So we're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back here on the Artist Exchange Radio Show only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't go anywhere.
Listening to the station with their ear to the streets.
BeExposedRadio.com.
Shout out to the Weird Radio Show. If I got that wrong, I apologize. It's slick, right? And they are so cool. They're like gamers. And when I was on that show, they was like, what's a scary game? And I just was like, I don't really play games like that. But I thought, like, at the end of, what's that game? Mario Brothers. When you got to fight King Koopa. Yeah. Ain't that scary? They laughed at me when I said that. When you hear that thing, that right there, oh my God, they're like, girl. But they had me on that show, and they was talking about PlayStation, and I'm not a gamer girl. Shout out to the girls out there who will whip ass playing games, because it's some girls.
Sensual Aromas, where you get 100% all natural health care products. From herbal treatments for skin conditions and internal cleansing for the body, Sensual Aromas has what you're looking for. There are $25 natural cleansers, $15 natural body detoxes. There's also a special going on now. For $12 you can get 5 lip balms, and for $8 you can get 2 of our whipped scented shea butters. For coupons on our services, go to breakthetradition.com. For more products and information, go to sensualaromas.com.
Hi, I'm Ashley Matthews. With each individual sale, there will be a donation made to fighting cancer naturally. Research without radiation. Let's break away from the old traditions.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Hold on. Hey, welcome back to the Artist Exchange Radio Show here live on BeExposedRadio.com. It's me, your host, Nate Sleepy, right now with my co-host, Mr. HullyWood. And joining us in the building is Miss Tamika.
Hey, you guys.
The Diva Boutique. Chic and sassy. All that. So, Tamika, our topic today was rebuilding a better relationship with yourself. So for the month of May, we're working on this being better with getting along and being more positive. Everybody not gonna like each other, but we just gotta fix this energy that's off, because it's too much. It's starting with insecurity, but it's too much thickness in the air. So how have you helped yourself to build a better relationship with yourself?
Well, first of all, I've stopped lying to myself. I stopped lying to myself. I started being real.
Okay.
And when you start getting real things start happening.
Okay.
You know, I sat down and assessed my pros and my cons.
You better assess those pros and cons.
It is easy to do that with other people and other things. Right. But when you do it with yourself, it's like you sit back. You can't lie to yourself. Right. Right, you know, it's like, are you a nice person? Are you inviting? You know, I have a business.
No, you are not.
I'm very inviting. Don't you lie.
Very
Spread your lie, find a thief. I just watched Ray the other night, y'all. Forgive me. But yeah, when I assess certain things, I'm not gonna lie. The truth came out, and I was, disappointed with a lot of things that I'm in on. Do you spend enough time with your mother? I have so many friends that don't have mothers anymore.
Right.
You know, when you are you answering her calls like you should?
Right.
You know, are you reaching out to other family members, the elders?
Right.
You know, because we're all they have.
Right.
I try to do my best, but sometimes your best isn't good enough, especially when it's an excuse behind why you can't do more.
Right, because I don't care how you act. I deserve a relationship with who we using mother, with who my mother is. I deserve it. Even if she doesn't deserve it, I deserve it.
Exactly.
Even if you sit there in silence for the first couple years, but you still go there every Sunday. That's a step towards something. And we have to realize those baby steps equal up to big steps, because at some point, one of y'all will say something and the other one will say, what you say? And now you talking to each other. You know, it's just certain small things that has to happen.
That's so
I used
true.
to, and you know, this being transparent, it used to happen to me. And I got to the point where I was like, I have to answer the phone for my mother. So I'll be on the phone and I'll put it on speaker and I'll just listen to her talk. And I never did that before. And she would just go on and on and on and on. So much so that she'll tell me, well, you know what, I gotta go. Like, what? I just sit on this phone and listen.
But to her, you had a whole conversation. I talked to Nate last night and they didn't say a damn thing. But you know, but she talked to you. And what I always say is with people, you know, when you go to a funeral with your family members and your friends, look around and see who's crying the most and who's feeling woe the most. Those are the people that didn't do right by that person in that casket.
Right.
The people that's sitting up there like, yeah, he was a good person, but they okay, is because they're okay with them leaving because they don't have any guilt that's harboring their hearts.
Oh,
You
she's
know what I
speaking
mean?
I
that.
don't like about funerals is just the stuff about funerals. It's like that's why is it at funerals? That's when everybody see each other. Like you never get a. Wow, how come we don't come together outside?
Because it's too much pride. It's too much
Like, man,
pride at
I'm
risk.
tired of seeing you. Like, bro, I better not see you at the next funeral. You better say you're not coming or something.
That's what, the last funeral that my family had. I didn't go, and then it was like I didn't go because it's like my uncle passed away, and then his wife passed away a month later. You know, and I was like, I said, I'm not going. You know, because this is ridiculous. I'm tired of just seeing my families at the funeral. We can't see each other on a happy occasion, somebody's birthday, a bar mitzvah for them. I don't care, something like. You know,
but those are the moments when stuff like that happen. I know in my family, those are the moments where people start saying, well, we need to do something.
And nobody does it.
And yeah, but it's just the fact that you made the attempt and everybody say, well, let's try to do something. You know, in our culture, that week means a lot. That week means a lot to us. You know, so that's when we decide to get together. That's when we decide to meet at somebody's house and, you know, prepare something. But take the battles that you have, you know, and it might be tough, but go and see those things through. We shy away from it, and the longer you avoid it, the harder it's going to be to get back to where you are.
And speaking of like that about just family and everything, building this, I always think like, you know how people like don't, like you said, like I was saying, like you always see more family at funerals, and it's crazy how many people have killed the cousin and not even known about it. How many people have hurt a family member and not known about it?
Oh my goodness.
So it's something to think about. So like it's good to know who your relative is or who this person is.
That is very good. I know we probably only got like a second left, but real quick, I met my brother. I met my biological father for the first time when I was 12 years old. I go down to North Carolina to meet him, and I'm meeting my two brothers. The night before I went to go meet my father and my two brothers, I went to the local skating ring. We was in North Carolina. So they got one skating ring in Rockingham.
Okay, no.
It's in Rockingham. So it was like one skating ring the whole town go to. That night I met my brother, but we were skating together. You know, it was like we met each other on a tip like, oh my God, how you doing? So we skating together. And thank God we were 12. Well, I was 12. He was like 15.
Right.
You know what I mean? So we're skating and we're talking. And he's like, what you doing? Well, I'm here to meet my dad and my brother. My family lives here. And we're having fun. We exchange numbers. That night, I talk on my phone. You know, back then, don't hold my line up. So I'm talking to him for like 5 minutes. I'm like, I can't wait to see you. So we hooking up to try to meet at the skating ring the next day. What you doing here, bro? I go to my brother's grandmother's house to meet them. And listen. My mother's like, that's your father right there. And I'm looking at him. And out comes these two boys. I'm like, Ma, that's the boy I met last night at the skating ring. My mother started crying. She was like, that's your brother. And I'm like, that's see, things like that really happen.
Right.
Well, we're going to continue this story and stories like this on It Is What It Is radio show that's coming up directly after the Artist Exchange. This has been an awesome. Unfortunately, you will not see us tomorrow due to some complications, but Lord keep us.
And keep us well.
And keep us well. So we'll see you next Friday here only on BeExposedRadio.com. Don't forget to continue to follow us. Damonn HullyWood. That's DAMONN.
Yep.
For you guys that don't know. Follow him on Instagram.
HullyWood with a U. HULLYWOOD.
Don't forget to follow me on the Artist Exchange radio show page, or the Artist Exchange, or Nate Vashti Blue, or all them other places on the Artist Exchange. Everything the Artist Exchange. So
if you're a director, look me up. Holla at me.
This man.
And check out Nate's jewelry. I love it. It's so awesome.
Yeah.
We sell it at the Style Lounge. Sell it at the Style Lounge, 2261 Righteousstown Road, the Style Lounge.
That's $25, man.
Stop by Underline Studios.
Thank you, Mr.
Hey, get that
Thank you, Mr. Eric. Appreciate you, sir. So this has been another Artist Exchange. We'll see you next Friday. Boom, bam, pow. Just like that.
Sensual Aromas, where you get 100% all natural health care products from